back to kicking this legendary characters back in. We get to movie 10, Broly: The Second Coming. Now, from jump, there's something wrong with this movie because the first scene you see is a Saiyan space pod landing on Earth, and who falls out of that space pod but Broly? And you think to yourself, but wait a second. Didn't he get his chest opened up as the meteorite was swallowing the planet? How did he make it to another space pod, climb in, fly out of the meteorite's path, and make it to Earth with what I
Nowhere
assume
to
are mortal
go.
wounds?
Nowhere
Yes,
to go.
nowhere to go with mortal wounds and conveniently make it to Earth to then fall into a crater. The crater freezes over and you sit in stasis basically for 7 years until you're woken up by who else than your rival's youngest son, who is on a trip with his best friend and his brother's girlfriend to see Shenron for the first time, which was an interesting enough plot. They go to this village. They have to do this task of ridding the village of a quote unquote demon to get the Dragon Ball. It turns out to be a dinosaur. As they're planning to sneak surprise the demon, Videl slaps Goten, who starts fake crying because he wants food, and that wakes up Broly. Broly, right? Broly, the Oscar winning Hannibal Lecter level of writing of a villain who has now fully lost his mind and can only say Kakarot, except for the few other times he speaks. He then spends the rest of the movie torturing Videl, Goten, and Trunks. He doesn't really fight. You can tell he's not really fighting them seriously. They're also not fighting seriously. And then Gohan shows up. Gohan tries to fight him seriously. Broly harms them, harms the kids. Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2. Specifically, right? There's always been that nuance of whether or not he does. He goes Super Saiyan 2. Broly turns to legendary Super Saiyan. It becomes just as one-sided as it's always been. Gohan uses his brain, which was, dope. Like, we want to see tactics from, this guy whose head is in the books all the time. Gets Broly swallowed the lava. Lava doesn't kill him. Krillin shows up with a very interesting cameo. They go for round 3. Broly beats Gohan senseless until Videl shows up. Gohan gets mad. They have a admittedly legendary S-tier beam struggle. And then plot armor happens. Shenron projects a mirage of Goku. It's hard to say if he's actually there or not. And then we get admittedly one of the best movie finishers in the entire franchise, as the father, son, and son again plot armor their way through Broly's beam.
Yeah,
and blast
forget Trunks,
Broly into
right?
the sun.
Even though Trunks did most of the work.
Yeah, even though but that's also part of the plot armor. If Trunks throws a ball of ki that's somehow able to deflect
all of Broly's blast.
So that they can give the extra push to kill him. He's blown to the sun and dies. He dies at least. So, fellas, what do we think about Broly's second coming when it comes to the plot?
F.
It's a 3 out of 10, bro. That's worse than Lord's dog, bro.
Dog, when I saw, listen. Oh, okay. And then I saw that movie late because I wasn't interested in seeing. I'm like, okay, so wait, Broly not dead? But like he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I was like, okay, Broly's back he's Pickle from Baki, a caveman frozen over, and then the movie took forever to go places, dog. I was just like, yo, I fell asleep, woke up. They're in a village now. I fell asleep, woke up. The village is under attack. I fell asleep, woke up. Gohan just punched it. I'm like, okay. And then, oh man, it was a lot, man. It was a lot of nothing, a lot of fluff. And then finally, Broly doesn't even show up. Broly's in like regular form, not slow anymore. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
right?
it seemed like they saw the critiques of like he didn't fight enough in Super Saiyan, and now he's fighting in Super Saiyan. Well, go ahead.
And then after that, it wasn't my favorite battle choreography. There's not a lot of things that I remember fighting wise, choreography wise, where there were moments where like I was like, oh man, snapshot that versus the beam struggle. That was the only thing, right? Let's create a Cell Games 2 blast, but it just didn't hit the same because there was no investment. No, Broly still didn't talk. You know what I'm saying? It was just still nothing. And like Broly didn't learn his lesson. Broly didn't want to develop or transform or nothing. Let me get straight to the point and let me get defeated again. I got beat up. There was no character resolve of getting power, of getting improving in strength. Unlike Cooler, who is like, yo, you guys beat me. I'm gonna make sure I create a perfect specimen. You know what? I won't just stop at one. I'll stop at many. Train them. Make sure these AI versions of me are indestructible. And if they do get defeated, they'll come back and collect data instantaneously.
Anything would
And
have
they
been better than what we
just
got
jump you.
with
But
Broly.
yeah, no, it's an F, man. I know I'm not gonna say it. I'll give it a D. Because I know what movie I want to give an F to. Same guy. Same guy. I'm gonna go in, dog. I'm gonna go in next dog. I'm gonna go in the next one, dog. Just tag me in, kid. Just just tag me
Tim,
in. But yeah,
I gave this movie a 3 out of 10, bro. Like this wasn't even a good movie to just have on in the background. It was just annoying. Because first of all, the moment like, all right, and this is where like power scaling just gets wonky. It's like, bro, you mean to tell me Videl is about to fight, bro?
right, right,
okay. Let me
Videl?
ask you a question.
right.
Is this after Buu Saga?
This
No,
is
this
as
is
the Buu Saga is
daring.
starting. This is like it's right as it's starting.
Yeah, this is daring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
right before
she
the
ain't mean
tournament.
Spopovich.
No,
No, this is technically
Okay.
before the tournament. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Spopovich is
To
Yeah.
Tim's point, she gets clotheslined by Broly while he's Super Saiyan and doesn't combust into a million pieces. So
So like, I mean, I did like the fact like this is the first movie that you see Goten and Trunks, but then it's just like but see, but at this time, bro, we already know like levels now. So like, you mean to tell me two kids who are basically Super Saiyan level 1
mm-hmm.
is about to take on the legendary Super Saiyan?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we see how that goes. Gohan shows up, but then this not Gohan. This
This is not
is
this
this
ain't
is retired Gohan, student Gohan. Oh, I'm more focused about my GPA Gohan.
yeah.
Oh, I'm in a relationship
I'm in a
now,
girls.
Gohan.
hey, that's a good power up GPA Gohan, dog.
Yeah,
Dog. Father
like
of the Year Gohan.
this is GPA Gohan. So it's like, what can this dude do? The fact, bro, like you don't even go Super
We gotta
Saiyan
coin
2.
that.
The
We
fact
gotta
that you don't
coin
even
that.
go Super Saiyan 2 immediately.
That's true. He does go
It's
Super
like
Saiyan too, but he takes his time.
I was
Yeah.
like, bro, do you not remember what happened to you the last
Right.
time? Like, did
Right.
that face full of concrete did not?
When Broly was using as a windshield wiper. Did you not? Did you
Bro,
forget?
Oh, that was incredible. I just, gosh.
so it was like, it was a very interesting fight, man. And then of course, when it comes to Broly, I already knew it's going to be a plot armor death. So like, yeah, the father son Kamehameha wave. I was like, oh, they're going to blow him into the sun like they did Cooler. Okay, I guess that. I mean,
Man,
it works. It works when you really look at it. It works. But yeah, man, it was a 3 out of 10 for me, bro. It was a 3 out of 10. Like this was worse than Lord Slug to me. Like it's just I don't know who was doing the writing at the times, bro, but it was rough over there, bro. I want to see what the box office numbers for these movies was because it's like,
that's very interesting. Yeah, I would love to have known what the reception was at that time for these films.
because it's like, bro, like how did he get another movie out after this? I'm very astounded.
Which is, I'm glad you said that because again, like I am very curious to know how the Japanese audience views Broly. Right? I'm like I don't know what it is. I have my theories for why
I could
Americans are,
see.
but like it's to the point where like he's been in every video game. He had at one point a 4D ride in Japan. I don't know if you guys knew this. They did like a one of those interactive like Spider-Man at Universal. They had that for Broly. So it's like,
is he in Breakers?
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. Like he there's something about him that like Japan loves. They love Broly as well. But yeah, I'm with you guys. If I didn't like the first movie and that was the best out of the offerings, you already know. Second Coming ain't about to redeem him in any way. It's just like y'all said. It's like the first half of it is just, it's so monotonous. It's so like uninteresting. It's a good premise. Like, it's cool that they focus on Goten and Trunks, give Adele a little bit more character, but what they do with them is just not interesting. It's not interesting. And then, like you said, Tim, it's like, you're telling me that these guys could last 2 seconds against the legendary. Like, are we serious right now? And again, even if he's not taking them seriously, it's like, I know power levels obviously don't matter at this point, right? You guys have made it very obvious, but I'm like, where is the suspension of disbelief?
And then this is even before they started training to fight Super Boo.
Right.
Like, no.
Right.
No.
They don't even know how to fight like that. So like it's yeah. So then again, like with Gohan, again, I like the fact that Gohan uses brains to try to defeat Broly. Like, I'll put him in lava. I like that. I'm like, it speaks to, because that's always what I wanted from Gohan as an adult. Like, if we're going to go to the bookworm thing, what can you do other than throw a stronger punch? Like, where's all this like critical thinking?
But he didn't. He also forgot. Like, hey, bro, we use energy. We know we can make energy fields.
Right. Well, Tim, you got to give him some credit. He was unconscious for half of the movie. Remember, he was hung up like laundry on the side of a building in the last movie. He didn't do too much fighting. So I do appreciate that, I guess, right? I'm looking for redeemable qualities. And again, I love the ending. I love it, even though it's plot armor to the max, right? It doesn't make sense that Trunks was able to hold back Broly's additional blast at all. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's plot armor at its finest. It's just an iconic shot for me. I don't know. Like, you want to talk about aesthetics. I'm like, seeing Goku, Gohan, and Goten use a triple Kamehameha was just dope. I have no...
To the point they had to give Trunks and Vegeta one years later.
Right. They had to like try to mimic it. Like, I'm like, it's an iconic shot, right? What Dory says about like not having iconic shots, I'm like, it is an iconic shot, but everything else in this movie is not good.
And then, of course, Naruto. There was a Naruto movie where he did the
father-son Rasengan.
I was like, bro.
Respect your elders, you know what I'm saying?
And then, of course, in the Storm game, you gave us the parent and child Rasengan.
The brother and brother Amaterasu. Come on now. Y'all know who your forefathers are. All right? We're not new to this. We're true to this, right?
Crazy.
So, shall I even ask what you guys thought about Broly as a villain in this movie? Is there even...
It's worse. It's worse.
Yeah. It's...
That movie to me is like the episode is Skypiea in One Piece. Dog, Skypiea was tough.
Yeah.
Skypiea
Pacing
was
wise,
tough.
it's a rough...
Oh my.
It reminds me of like the Friday the 13th movies. Right, where like somehow Jason becomes more and more simple every time he returns. Like, before, it's like, here's this kind of like he wants revenge type thing, and then at some point he just becomes a zombie who just kills.
Yeah, because
there was one movie he was the Predator.
They
took out the whole mask.
Because in the early movies, he had a bag over his head. He didn't always have a husky mask.
Yeah. He used to like hide bodies or like put bodies in certain ways to get people to come out. Like, oh, what's that over there? Let's go take a look. Like, there was strategy in his killings. And then at some point, it just became hockey mask and a machete. And he's unkillable. That's it. And that's what this feels like with this Broly movie. I'm like, this is just Jason 3 to me at this point. I'm like, Broly has no character. He's even worse somehow. And yeah, this is not great. Not great. I'm with y'all. I think it's like a 3 out of 10 for me. And most of that 3 is the three Sun family using the Kamehameha.
And that was it.
Everything else you could keep. I'm not.